HCS Arlington is our third stop in the 2023 Halo Championship Series season, and boy was it an historic event. 4 weeks after HCS Dallas, there was no telling how the OpTic Major was going to turn out. Will the former three-time champion OpTic Gaming reclaim their throne at the top of Halo Infinite after placing top 3 last event? Will FaZe Halo be the next repeat Halo champions after winning HCS Dallas? Will SSG finally get bound his first championship? Well, we got our first answer on Saturday night as OpTic found themselves fighting for their tournament lives against the EU team Quadrant. After edging out Quadrant in a close map 4 to tie the series at 2-2, OpTic Gaming need to clutch out a map 5 Slayer to make it to Championship Sunday. On the other hand, a win for Quadrant would secure them a top 4 finish, which would be the best placing ever for a European Halo team. Let's jump in and see who pulls it out.
50 kills to decide if OpTic Gaming get an opportunity to defend what is their 4-peat at a major, and who better to kick it off than Lucid.
Rockets over toward the mid-map, and Quadrant have changed up their starting strat on this map. For the first time, we're seeing Chick not curb slide, not work over toward the mid-map and steal Rockets, and now because of that, Trippy was able to get a hold of them.
I deemed him big game Trippy for a reason. He kicks it off with some Rockets, finds the first kill, and OpTic Gaming now with complete map control will be able to play around this control. A beautiful job by Trippy to double back, find that kill, put those Rockets to use, and now with Bulldog in hand, it looks like Quadrant are going to have a tough time getting out of this tram position.
Just another display of the teamwork and communication out of OpTic Gaming. Trippy didn't even see that player over towards the music side. He trusted the call-outs, he trusted his awareness, fire off that blind fire rocket, got himself a kill, and now still has the Bulldog to work.
Look at this, APG hovering for information, Trippy hiding in the corner waiting to react on that information. OpTic Gaming have a 2 split right here, and Quadrant are going to test this. SLG's going to be pushing downhill. Chick gonna be pushing up the mid stairs. Trippy opts to focus on Chick first, then doubles back, but the teamwork from OpTic is overwhelming for the Quadrant push, and it's such a difficult push to try and act, but OpTic take the 6-4 lead.
Early lead here for OpTic Gaming, and they're still trying to sniff out the final player over toward the PD side. Legend, you have to go down, but the rest of Quadrant pushing up onto Cafe. Seeker takes down Formal. Trippy can't quite get away, so now that Bulldog is stuck over toward the mid-map, and Chick wants it.
Chick's able to find that Bulldog, try to put it to use, but beautiful shots from APG, big shots from APG to deny some of the pressure that was about to come on the OpTic respawners. Still, Legend on the prowl, still trying to take down Lucid. Ops to back down, Rockets in 5 seconds, and control of tram is what you want, but OpTic have a majority of the map.
Quadrant been able to get a hold of multiple Rockets onto OpTic, even on this very map, and
oh my God,
might have been a hey, we might have seen a bit of combat evolve action, but I'm not sure exactly where the Rockets ended up landing, and apparently Chick isn't either. There we go. Finally, we figured it out. But the rest of OpTic are using it as bait. All 4 members of OpTic up. SLG gets away with it, but can he make use of the 2 Rockets in the pod?
We saw Trippy put both Rockets to use. SLG is challenged the same right now. 15-12, the lead in OpTic's favor, but for how long? SLG finds 2. That's going to give them the lead, numbers advantage, and some map control. APG trying to create some space, but with no teammates around, it's going to be a difficult push up the B stairs.
Quadrant clawed the way back into a tied up at 15 apiece, making an early lead coming for Quadrant behind the killing spree of SLG, infiltrating the subway side. Looks like it's about cleared out here. OpTic Gaming now spawning all the way toward the opposite side of the map, so now Quadrant needs to slow it down, get some kind of advantage, but the first one to go down was Chick.
Once again, Quadrant trying to push out of this tram position, but they have the lead this time around. 18-16, this game turns into a stalemate. Who's going to make the first mistake?
These nades forcing SLG to back down, but luckily OpTic aren't able to commit to that. Every angle being watched here by Quadrant. Neither team wanted to make any mistake whatsoever. Lucid flies out a couple of shots onto SLG, forces the back down, but nobody committing just yet. SLG relocating onto the ATM side. Is he ready to push up?
Finds the kill on a Formal, a big melee, capitalizes on some teammate damage right there, gets out of dodge as well. Able to relocate, double back, find a kill on a Trippy, and right now SLG keeping his team in the lead at 8-1-2. Now Quadrant find themselves 20-19.
The nades are coming out, and SLG
Those
doing
players stayed
max
alive.
damage onto 2 different players, but where was the follow-up for Quadrant to be able to capitalize on that damage that he did over toward the B Street side? Chick luckily getting a kill onto the offside. Couple nades in the shroud because he knows OpTic stole away the rockets. Hopefully he was able to take down that rocket player. They can't let OpTic get away with that.
These kills are big for OpTic. They're going to be able to get rockets off of this. A couple down, make it 3, make it all 4. We're down momentarily, and Trippy finds himself some rockets. 6, 2, and 5. Let's see what Trippy can do.
OpTic steal the lead, and Trippy steals the rockets and still has 2 in the chamber. I saw a spawn over to the PD side. I see 2 players onto Cafe, so OpTic once again doing what they do best. Cut the map in half, slow down, get into the defensive stance. They never, ever tunnel vision, never overcommit
What
to
is
one thing. They
Legend
wait for the action to come to them. So that's a 2 down, make it 3. Double kill out of Trippy. Quadrant now gonna be forced to come off a spawn, and I promise you, OpTic will be ready.
Quadrant looking to push into the rocket player. A bold strategy, Cotton. Doesn't pay off. Trippy gives his team the lead, but just as I say that, Quadrant do a good job to battle back still. A 3-kill lead, 28 to 25 for OpTic Gaming.
Check over toward the ATM side. Again, the game slows down. Oh,
Nice
did he
stick.
hit that stick? There it is! Puts up a prayer and it's answered. Takedown Formal. Now gets to the face of APG. Gets stuck himself, but trades out his life there. That's a big play coming out of Chick, bringing Quadrant back within striking distance.
Excellent trades across the board there, keeping this at a 2-kill game this time around. It's in favor of OpTic Gaming. 27 seconds for the next set of rockets. And if we've learned anything, they have really created the power curve so far throughout this game 5. As we cross this 30-kill mark, those rockets' importance cannot be stressed enough.
Both SLG and Sika going down to 1 shot with that grenade. Luckily, they were able to get out alive in the situation, and in fact, now turn the tables a bit, putting that damage right back onto OpTic. SLG picks up the kill onto 1.
3 seconds.
Formal goes right back at him. Rockets are up. Legend wants to make a play for them. Rips Trippy from across the map, and that's a free rocket for Legend.
You win the push, you win the battle for rockets, and tie the game up. And now with rockets in hand, you catch Lucid off guard. Take the lead all of a sudden, Quadrant do 33 to 31. Legend using those rockets to get his team a little bit of momentum can go a long way.
It's game 5, do or die, to find out who makes it to the top 4. And clearly the nerves aren't getting to Legend because he's making plays at the moment, and even high IQ play to back down when he doesn't have any advantage whatsoever. Legend now stays alive, baits out the rest of OpTic Gaming to push up. SLG thought he had the help, but apparently not. Legend stays alive, SLG goes down, OpTic push up.
I actually love this by Legend. He's going to rotate up downhill right now, take B rail control with this rug gun. He was going to get sandwiched in a tough position in Tram. Because he relocates, he's able to take Trippy's head off. It's a killing spree with perfect shots for Legend. And now Legend with the game in his hands, this Stalker rifle can give you everything you need to separate these 2 teams.
Just 2 kills here separating them 2. And we see Legend with the Stalker.
Trippy's on the other side. He doesn't know.
No, he doesn't, but he finds out. That's a backsmack by Trippy. They call him the rightest player in the game. He got a corner named after him, and now with the Stalker puts down the damage onto Sika. Legend tries to get his back. Long range shot's gonna connect. There's one more player trying to do damage, but Trippy refuses to go down.
Big game Trippy doing it again, 13 and 8 right now. A lot of damage on the Legend. It's cleaned up by APG. The teamwork from OpTic showcasing the difference right now in this game, 40 to 39.
Stalker still in the hands of Trippy. Rockets coming up in a little over 10 seconds here, and this might be the most important rockets of Quadrant's lives.
Only a couple of shots with Red Gun, but those can be the DPS difference you need to win this battle for rockets. Right now, Legend goes down, and that's a big death. It's going to allow OpTic the numbers advantage they need to potentially get these rockets, and at 41 to 40, this is where the game is decided.
Swaps out the dying Stalker for the rockets. Hits him with the bomber. SLG hits the black screen, and now OpTic 7 kills away from stealing game number 5 and ultimately Quadrant's hopes.
There's a player in B right now, but Trippy overextends. A beautiful rocket for Trippy under a lot of pressure right there. Trades across the board will give OpTic this 2-point lead still. Sika stuck mid-stairs looking up, able to trade at the very least. 46 to 44. What a phenomenal phenomenal job by Quadrant to trade that out. This game's neck and neck.
Quadrant may be down by 2, but they're 6 kills away from making it to Championship Sunday. It's not over just yet. APG onto the Ivy side. You see 2 members of Quadrant looking to get into position. His damage can be so important. APG taking none. Nobody able to push them out. The rest of OpTic over toward the B side.
Look at the advanced position of Legend. Are they going to be able to spot him out? Are they going to snip him out? He is a free kill if he gets snipped out. If they do not spot him, he could be the break that Quadrant need. Does he get the assassination on the APG? APG not leaving this location, but if he gets too weak, Legend will push.
And they just pinged him, so his location has been revealed. He has to be careful. And with the spike grenades doing all of that damage onto Legend, SLG now forced to push up, but the Bulldog is barking louder than Royal 2. It's 47-47, 3 kills to separate the 2.
All tied up, Red Gun, Bulldog, and SLG's hand loosened. Able to get a kill back tower, but Chick picks up a kill, 49-48.
Only one more kill. SLG pushing up with the Stalker. He's feeling confident, and that's gonna be it. OpTic go home. OpTic go home.
What an incredible finish to a historic series, as Quadrant is officially the best European Halo team ever. But is this where the story ends? Next, they find themselves up against a new powerhouse Sentinels roster of Lethal, Spartan, Boo Dubu, and Falcated. After taking a 2-1 series lead, Quadrant can secure top 3 in a game of live fire King of the Hill. This game came down to a wire in a nail-biting ending you do not want to miss. Let's see how it played out.
50-50, I have to say, especially with the pressure that's on the shoulders of all 8 players, but Quadrant again find themselves in a position to maybe close things out. For Sentinels, it's about remembering beating them in a game 5 and making sure they get there again.
And what a series this has been. An unforgettable, game of Strongholds that we just saw, and to be honest, what's already becoming a pretty unforgettable series. Quadrant now up 2-1. Looking to make even more history this weekend.
One thing the Quadrant have to do a lot better on this map, though, is control those overshields. It was all Sentinels in the Slayer. Remember, Sentinels completely bopped Quadrant in that game number 2, but hey, look at that. Like clockwork, Seeker does get that first overshield here for Quadrant, but a lot of time already been put on the board here by Sentinels.
God, he gets a kill on Lethal, by the way. The assist comes in on caution as well. That will now be 2 dead. Really nice push from Seeker, and he still has about 15% overshield. And
I think one of the things to keep your eyes on if you're watching this at home as well is the balance between hill time and overshield control. What plays are made, what play calls are made if we give up the time to get the overshield to then capitalize, or if we try and fight that OV, give it up, and hold down that hill.
Still 2 dead. Seeker behind enemy lines. It's a great push from him. He's just chasing Boo Boo all the way down to the cuts. And these 2 just playing cat and mouse. And Seeker will win that battle. Now it's all back tower here for Sen.
You can see he wants to find another one as well. 2 back tower info collected, as Sentinels do try and break. It's 2v2 on the map at the moment, but look at that score at the bottom of your screen. Chick and Quadrant are moments away now from closing things out, and I tell you what, Chick is playing some phenomenal Halo right now. It's a double, make it 3 Chick. Repulse, no! Boo Boo turns it on his head!
And you have to say it was a freebie. Actually, he gets team-nated in the end. So the kill's still gonna come in. It's a little bit of chaos here at the back of the base. 2 dead for Sen.
2 dead on either side. Legend trying to hold off the push now coming in. Overshield's coming up as well, and this is one of the decisions to make, Andy. It's so tough to make that call, because Quadrant know if they don't win it, they might not even have time to contest this hill.
Look at this, all 8 players up, and that's the decision that has to be made. Sentinels is back in the hill. This first pick could be big.
Legend's there. Contest comes in now. Damage being taken by Legend, but where's the overshield? Where are Quadrant? I can tell you they're all dead, and Sentinels will steal away that first hill, and Spartan still has some overshield to play.
What a decisive win there. Sentinels not only wins the hill battle, they win the overshield battle, and they get 4 dead. That's everything going right for Sentinels, and everything going wrong for Quadrant. They need to establish some semblance of map control here.
Legend gets 2, though, through the Shroud screen. Spartan was on a flank momentarily, but pretty good job, you have to say, from Legend to turn that situation into 2. He gets another one as well, but while this is happening, on the point of view of Legend, you can see Sentinels already managed to get about 20% of that hill on the board.
So far, no top tower control yet. They're hoping their spawners will be able to take that, but now they're kind of exposing and leaving dummies open. They don't have angles on that just yet. However, looks like Sentinel's going to slow things down just a bit. That buys them some time.
Yeah, just a little bit here. You can see Lethal's trying to push up onto the nest to do some damage. Sniper's coming up as well, and Quadrant are able to control the hill. All of the players now from Sentinels over at green, so information will be collected. It's about waiting the nades out here for Quadrant. The last thing you want to do is give away a free death to grenades just being thrown in.
Wow, Sentinel's so patient there. They do not rush it. Kills exchange there on the plat. However, they really take their time and formulate a nest push, which took a little bit longer to put together. In the end, it pays off because it does give them a continued man advantage. However, SLG going to try to make something happen with a snipe.
Yeah, interesting play from SLG here. I think he tries to get away with the snipe and does so, but by doing so, maybe he wasn't in the best position to help his teammates hold when they were under pressure from the players coming in.
Oy.
However, there's an opening for you. Lethal pokes. Lethal learns a lesson very, very quickly, and SLG now, having got that power weapon and control, has to put it to use as Quadrant take the hill once more.
He knows exactly what they're doing. SLG tracking perfectly. Take a look at that from observer mode. SLG knew exactly where they might be going, wrapping around cuts, going bottom middle, going to right tunnel. He was aware of it the entire time.
Booby going to be poking. SLG going to be responding. Overshield coming up as well. You can see that in your picture-in-picture where that overshield is going to be going. Legend is in position, and Legend will get it. So that's a 1-for-1 now. Excuse me, a 2-for-1 for Quadrant. They got that first one. They now have the second, but look at the awareness coming in from Sentinels. The spike grenades go down, but Legend, he's challenging. He wants to be the damage dealer.
Needs to stay alive here if he can. He had a doubled back tower. Quadrant only with 2 players alive. They need to make something happen, but with Chick weak, this is a very dangerous situation for them.
Yeah, everyone from Sentinels pushing back tower at the moment. Boo-Boo's top middle. Chick needs to win this if he wants to keep his team in control of this tower. At the moment, he's slipping and sliding, but unfortunately, the only way he's going to go is into the death screen, and Sentinels now have complete control. Sentinels in position to put the second hill on the board. They will do so with 3 minutes left on the game clock.
So impressed with just the patience and the timing from Sentinels. They knew exactly how much time they had on both of those pushes, whether it was the long form nest push or whether it was just now just keeping Chick kind of weak in the back of tower, taking their time to push up together. In the end, they do. Legend with some nice shots against Boo-Boo. 2 dead for Sen. Maybe an opportunity for them to bounce back, but so far it's been all Sentinels all the way.
It has, but 3 kills do get picked up. However, Lethal just kind of evens the numbers for a second. And one thing I think the Quadrant is just struggling with a little bit in this game type, it's just been on the same page. You've seen a couple of solo pushes, a couple of solo plays, a couple of players not shooting for each other, and they need to tighten this up because Sentinels, like you say, they don't need to be asked twice to find that gap. They take it, they punch a hole, they break that setup.
Also now with a 2 hill cushion, you have to think Sentinels is going to be even stronger. They've already been putting together, as we said, such disciplined pushes. And now with a 2 hill cushion, that'll give them even more opportunity to do so.
Legend on the flank here. He's got an important role. Does he have the timing? That's the question. He'll find one. Spartan will take him down though, and Boo-Boo will trade out that kill. Overshield going to be coming up pretty soon as well. But Sentinels have broken momentarily. Quadrant find themselves 2 dead. 1v1 bottom middle will be traded out as well. So Sentinels do a great job to trade. They have control of the heat wave. And most importantly, Boo-Boo is a problem here because that overshield is coming up and he is patrolling all of bottom middle with this heat wave.
Might get pushed back though. This looks like good composure here in composition from Quadrant. This should be a grab for them. Yes, it is a comfortable one as well. Here comes the push. Baiting.
Sentinels, like you say, trying to bait it out. I think if you're Quadrant here, you just have to accept that hill time. There's that heat wave. That's the overshield dealt with. Falcated gets one as well, and now Legend, having gone from having an overshield, finds himself just trying to survive. It's brilliant again from Sentinel. Spartan gets taken down, but you just felt for a second that Legend might be getting a little bit of an earlier haircut than he was wanting.
I'm not gonna lie, I started to feel it on my toes there. I was getting really worried we might see a little bit of deja vu from that Argyle game. Legend, though, lives to tell the tale. 2:12 left on the clock.
So Drew gets the kill, and the break comes in once more. Complete control of Garage now in the hands of Quadrant. Legend with the fadeaway BR shots. And that will be their first hill on the board. Now, next hill, vital for both sides. Sentinels, if they get this one locked down, it's so difficult to break. For Quadrant, though, sniper in the hands of Legend, he could take this game over.
Needs to stay alive right now. 2 players down, he needs to rotate back to window. It's a wise decision. He needs to start hitting some shots and some picks. He wants to take advantage of the sniper rifle opportunity. I don't know how Foul turns there. Maybe just thought he was going to have an extra second. And things stay interesting here on the overshield side of the map.
You see Boo-Boo just being obnoxious inside that hill, though. He's using that cover so effectively. Finally, the kill does come in. It's 2v2 on the map at the moment. 1v1 here between Lethal and Legend, and Lethal teaches him a lesson.
Very big win there for Lethal. Needed to win that one. The nades are coming in as well. They're trying to clean them up, but look at Lethal just gets away from the nades perfectly.
That 1v1 so important. Now complete control of this side of the map is in the hands of Sentinels. Look at that score at the bottom of your screen as well. It's domination on this hill. It's so hard to break, and with the overshield coming up in 10 seconds as well, it's now or never for Quadrant. Chick wins the important battle. All of a sudden, they're broken.
Oh boy, 3 dead. Where's Spartan? That's the question here. Where is Spartan and how does he get the damage in the opener? Right now, gonna sit C-Plat back tower. What a comeback they would need here, but it's certainly possible. And you have to think, in order to win this game and stand a chance, they need this hill.
Well, SOG got the overshield as well, so SOG is the name to keep an eye on. Actually, excuse me, it's Legend who has that overshield. He was waiting and baiting and trying to pick his moment to pop the Ovi.
Look at this play.
As Boo tries to survive but won't.
Still 2 dead. They're gonna do it. Let's see. One player on flat, one player on bags.
Valkyed getting chased down. Spartan trying to help his teammate out. Legend gets both. SLG's there to help him with the second. And Quadrant now, having broken, having got the overshielder in control.
And not just 4 dead, but that's a very, very staggered 2 dead, meaning this is going to have to be a very fast and coordinated push coming in. Here comes the repulse. He went, no! It's a double team there coming in from Sentinels. That's a huge kill.
Damage done, though. That's going to stagger the push coming in from Sentinels. They are so close, Squadron. They are close enough to call it a hill. It's 2-2. We're all tied up.
Oh, my God. Name a better duo there. Territory-based comebacks and Quadrant. So far, they have been so impressive in this series, and despite the fact that they were so far down on that hill, they rally back, they tie the game, and as we said, they needed that hill, and they get it on the board. We're tied up with 1:30 left.
I mean, this is going down to the wire here. Legend's going to poke from the cut. Spartan just standing in the hill with the sniper rifle as well. That is all sorts of confidence. He hits one onto SLG, but SLG not only stays alive, but picks up a double kill himself. Boo will clean it up. It's 2v2 on the map right now.
Quadrant gonna wrap around. Chick needs this kill on cuts. Good trade there coming in from both sides. Boo Boo's gonna get that one. 2 dead for each side.
Tower control, though, is all quadrants at the moment. And this is where you need to be. This is the power position for this hill. However, the problem for Quadrant, Sentinel's already over halfway capped it.
Overshield in 15. Very likely will decide the game.
Great grenade from Lethal. Backs Seeker down off that tower. Takes him out of the game for just a few moments, and Spartan's got his sniper rifle back. He's managed to pick up 2. Boo Boo's going to be there for the overshield as well. He might be able to grab this one. Boo Boo's going to pick it up, and Sentinels have made the plays when it matters.
Wow, what a play there. Sentinels with perfect timing. You didn't think Boo Boo was going to be there, but guess what? Here he is. Overshield in play. 2-man advantage, might be 3 if Legend gets taken down. And with the staggered spawns, this is going to be dangerous. Chick not going to get out of this one, I have to think.
Desperation starting to come in from Quadrant. You can feel it because Sentinels will cap this hill. And with 55 seconds left, Quadrant find themselves 3 dead, and Lethal is already stood inside of that next hill.
This needs to be a perfect push here coming in from Quadrant. They've got really about 2 to 3 pushes max left if they want to stay in this game.
Oh, SLG with some great shots, though, to take Lethal out the hill. At least stops the scoring for a few moments. There is time in this game, I believe, for another overshield to come up as well. Will that be the difference maker? Falcated now on your screen. 15 and 15 for him at the moment. Damage dealer supreme. But can he deal the damage when it matters? Chick's just won a big piv inside of that hill. And it looks like Quadrant have a semblance of control here.
2 dead for them. Foul needs to stay alive. He knows this is dangerous territory. Maybe he keeps Lethal alive back. B as well. Seeker comes in with a wave.
Seeker's got the heat wave, as you say. Seeker on your screen right now is trying to hold Spartan back with that battle rifle. Doesn't matter what the weapon is, Seeker knows how to put it to use. And we are pretty much tied up on this hill. It is so close between these 2 teams, but Quadrant have to hold.
Everyone's starting to tee up here on the overshield side as well. 25 seconds on that. Ovi is an A push as well coming in from the side of Sentinels, but still 2 dead and still a man advantage here.
Sentinels have made the call. We want to try and break the hill. Falcated did make that play, but Legend's here with a double kill. He's going to completely clear it out. And with 10 seconds or so left until that overshield comes up, Quadrant might be in position here to tie their game up. They will do it. It's 3-3.
And what a time to do it. 4 dead as well. Let's take a look at that overshield. Spartan's your nearest player.
Oh, Boo Boo.
Whoa, that's a big win from Boo Boo. Spartan's gonna get the Ovi. He dances around, he dips, he dives, he dodges, and now this overshield could win them the game.
20 seconds left in the game. The question is, can they cap the hill in time? Will we go to OT once again between these 2 teams? And with the recipe we've had already in this series, it would not be a surprise.
Chick was alive back tower, and I love how Sentinels wastes no time. They prioritize the Chick kill, but SLG from deep. Back green, he gets the kill.
SLG causing problems here for Lethal, but Lethal answers it again with a massive 1v1 win. Boo Boo's collected that sniper rifle. Seeker inside of this hill. 10 seconds left in this game. We're still tied up at 3-3.
You have to think this one's going to go to OT with how scrappy it's been. A consistent hold here through the whole way would be unbelievable. Still a man advantage for Sen.
I mean, you have to say, Sentinels have a complete setup on the map, though. They have tower control. They got Lethal stood in the hill. You can't step out though. That's the problem, and Legend knows this. He's trying to wait for help. He's trying to bide his time. Now the flank comes in from Chick. Forces Lethal out of the hill. It's going into overtime. Next point wins.
2 dead here for Quadrant. If Legend can stay alive back tower, this is going to be huge here. Needs to do so. Needs to wait for spawners.
He's under so much pressure though. He's already being hunted down.
He doesn't get it.
Oh, didn't fake him out though.
Hey. Oh! Bought him enough time, that's for sure.
When you need it most, you have to hit a shot like that. Boo Boo collects the sniper rifle though, and Sentinels, they can taste it. They are so close. Quadrant though, with a last-second desperation push, they break the hill, and Sentinels will have to wait once more.
Spartan and Lethal are your last 2 players alive. They're going to start a pillars push here. They're going to wait for spawners, presumably, and not go right away. 75% progress coming in already for Sen. Quadrant needs to have a comeback on this hill yet again.
Legend gets that first kill though. Overshield's going to be coming up pretty soon as well. The difficulty now for Quadrant is, what do we do with the Overshield, right? How do we fight for this? Because we know we can't give anything away. Chick gets the trade on the tower. 2 dead for Sen. Make it 3 dead. Quadrant are doing something again.
Where's Lethal? Lethal scoreboard. That's an Overshield for Quadrant. That's an Overshield for Quadrant with 4 dead for Sentinels. This is unbelievable here. 1 minute left. 25% to go before it's tied. And the Quadrant chant starts in the building.
You could be anywhere in France right now with the chant that is starting here in Arlington. Quadrant inside of the hill. Spartan taken down. Seeker and Chick get the kills. And we're tied up. Seeker is doing it all. Quadrant from the depths, from deep, make history once again.
Wow, what a way to secure top 3 for Quadrant, and now the highest placing ever for a European Halo team. Congrats to those guys. But unfortunately, that was the end of the road for them, as they lose 3-0 to SSG in the elimination finals. Now we move on to the grand finals, where SSG get their rematch against FaZe after being reverse swept in the winner's bracket final. We're hopping into map 1 to see who can take control of the series in this live fire King of the Hill.
Game type against FaZe a little bit earlier on, but they're going to have a long road to go until they get to that point. Off the break here, we're jumping on board with FaZe Clan. It's a beautiful evening here in Arlington. It's time for a grand finals, everybody. Lock yourselves in.
Kicking things off now between these two. As we said, titans of the league, the undoubted, not just your 1-2, but also your first and second seeds here. The road always led to these two. Facing off against one another, Stellar somehow sneaks back green.
Stellar had to, because otherwise that was going to be 4 dead. He picks up 1 kill, but look at the control that FaZe Clan have already. They have the sniper rifle, they have the heat wave, and now Royal 2 has the overshield as well. The only thing they don't have at the moment, because of how they try to spread themselves to get those weapons and the power-ups, is map control. So Space Station are in and around green, in and around that hill, but there should be a pretty comfortable break here for FaZe.
Like you say, taking his time, 1 kill does come in. And always such a systematic team, the way they pick apart their opponents. Still now a 2-man advantage, they will continue scoring.
Renegade with a double kill as well is going to leave Eco as the last player alive. And FaZe Clan, it's been a perfect start for them. There's nothing short of perfect from them. You can see Renegade in the kill feed with a sniper rifle. How good is it? Royal 2 hasn't fired a bullet in the last 30 seconds. And meanwhile, 75% of that first hill, it's all gone to FaZe Clan.
Yeah, you might feel like it's eerily quiet, and it is. This is amazing map control, amazing timing, and presence of the map coming in from FaZe, and they're just a few moments away from closing out this first hill.
Space Station making a push though, and Space Station do pick up a couple of kills. Renegade now versus Eco, former teammates trying to take each other on. The sidekick's good, but Bound comes in to help just at the right time. But Frosty and Renegade are going to be there. They get the final kills, the final moments, and FaZe will be up by 1.
And that was 3 dead as well for SSG. And Snakebite's got the repulse as well. I was just about to say he could pop right up to top tower and rotate right away. Overshield popping in 10 seconds.
Complete control of this tower as well goes to FaZe. So not only do they get those first points on the board, the first point I should say on the board, they now rotate perfectly, not only for the hill, but to have the great line of sight onto this overshield. FaZe, I mean, this has been a beautiful start from them. Bound trying to get that overshield. Snakebite can't deny him doing so.
Bound does very well just to pop up right away. Just tucks his head in order to get this overshield. And now going to try to even things up on the map. Royal 2 is only 1 of 2 players alive.
Just trying to bulldoze his way through at the moment. Bound, he's still got overshield to work with as well. And he's created enough space with this overshield now for the rest of SSG to come and join him. Kill's not being picked up up quite as yet, though. Finds one, can't find the second unless that grenade will take down Royal 2, but no. He puts the moon boots on, repulses up into the sky, and manages to stay alive for just a second long.
Wow, unbelievable stuff there from Royal 2. You thought he was going to be taken down for sure.
Last alive for a second there was Penguin. And even though FaZe kind of looked like they were on the back foot, Royal 2 just surviving for a few seconds has kept those spawns nice and close. So FaZe still able to control this hill and 50% of the way to put their second point on the board here.
2 dead for FaZe. Frosty needs to win one of these. Wisely backs down. Knew it was a little bit too high risk. Gets the stick, almost pulls off a crazy instead of the plat as well, but as he's taken down, that means FaZe will need to wait for one another on this push.
They will indeed, and Penguin, you just saw scarpering away there because he's got a sniper rifle in his hands, doubles back, maybe just to try and duke out where that sniper is going to be located, and FaZe have now got to be wary of that. Space Station, they've managed to get 50% on this hill themselves. Can't quite connect with those 2 shots, Penguin, but Stellar and Eco are going to slow down this push coming in from FaZe. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Well, Snakebite finds himself as last alive. He's got to try and break on his own, but Stella's going to be there, taking the damage, getting the info, and SSG now go into a lead on this second hill.
I like this from Snakebite here. Knew there's no way he was going to get out with the kill, so instead just stays alive in a pretty obnoxious position here at Cuts. Baiting out some green balls as well, and now going to try to fly in. He has the help.
Look at this from Snakebite. He bought his time beautifully, and now, unfortunately for him, everyone else on his team has fallen, but still is being the slipperiest of pickles here. He stays alive, but not in a position to really deny Space Station. They get that point on the board. We're tied up at 1-1 as now we move towards the garage.
Yeah, tough situation there from Snakebite. I think he plays it as best as he could. Takes down Stellar as well off the back of that, so Overshield will still be in play. Snakebite, though, as the solo actor, tried to open up some space, buy some time. In the end, SSG actually manages the game really well. They still don't know he's here.
I was going to say, I thought they'd forgotten about him, but just at the last second, one player at least, Bound, keeps it in the memory banks and manages to take him down, but the Overshield is still available. Bound is being a problem. However, Royal 2 now seeing his teammate push up and engage with Bound should have a free Overshield pickup. Now he has to go forward. Now he has to do some damage. Stellar in a 1v1. Beatdown does come in, so it's neutralized for a second, but Royal 2's done his job.
He goes last player alive, and Royal 2 knew it as well. He gets the double kill to make sure that the last kill is flushed out. Bound and Penguin are your first spawners, but this will be time on the board and a hold for FaZe Clan. Let's see if SSG can break.
Frosty gets the first kill as well, so now you're going to see them have to push with 3 or wait. That's the question to be answered here. Will Space Station try and make something happen, or is it a case of just slowing things down and waiting for another opportunity?
Great stuff from Royal 2 on the awareness. Right away, he has his eyes on dummies. No surprise. That's exactly where his opponents spawn. A little bit of extra time here for them as well.
Almost 50% of this hill has been gobbled up by FaZe Clan, but there's a little cheeky flank coming in from Penguin. He will take down Royal 2, and Bound has fallen, so it means that Penguin will now be left on his own alongside Stellar. The spawns do come in, but FaZe Clan find themselves 3 dead as well. Snakebite all of a sudden swapping roles with Penguin as last player alive, and SSG have broken.
So what he does here, Snakebite once again, as you say, last player alive, but he manages to stay alive in a good position here on sandbags. Going to wait for help. Here comes Renegade on concrete.
Looks like a double push over the top here. Stellar's going to fly out. It's a 1v1, and Stellar hasn't been losing too many of those here in Arlington. He wins yet another one, but oh, Renegade with a green gun and a beatdown evens up the numbers.
As you say, 2v2 here. Penguin knows that there might be presence bottom middle. Already spots out the rat tunnel. Frosty gets sneaky with a scoreboard jump as well, and now these next few kills will determine where this third hill goes.
Yeah, this is really going down to the wire here, and a real advantage to be picked up. Overshield coming up in 1 second's time as well. Renegade is there, and Renegade avoids those shots from the battle rifle to get the Overshield in the hands of FaZe. Problem is, he's only one of 2 players alive. He gets sent back into the trenches. He's getting beaten up. It's a street fight out here.
Gosh, he almost got Super Smash Brother meleeed into a ninja from his opponent. In the end, though, they will get the kills. Bound your last player alive on the sandbags, and it won't be enough.
Look how close SSG were. They were so close.
That's what Bound was going for. That's what Bound tried to fly in for to get the stop instead. This should be a point going the way of FaZe as long as they hold for these next 5 seconds.
Renegade's got a lot of responsibility. 1 shot! And all of a sudden an SSG hill might turn into a FaZe 1. They are so damn icy. FaZe steal the point away, and now they're up by 1.
Not the first time we've seen them with a hill stop like that. They perfectly time the kills. They leave Bound on sandbags and isolate that into a 2v1.
Brilliant stuff from FaZe again. How many times have we seen that from FaZe, by the way, on this garage hill? Like timing the Overshield, making sure at the last second they always get that momentary push at the right time to capitalize and turn a hill which looks like it's going to fall out of their possession into a point on the board. 2 minutes left on our game clock here as well. Overshield Gonna be popping pretty soon as well, but control once again of the OS side of the map is all FaZe clans for now.
Probably wondering just how frosty this game is. I'll tell you what, it's so frosty. The man is 16 and 12 right now in a game where they only lead by a narrow hill, and Royal 2 also helping out on the scoreboard as well, looking to clean up these kills. 3 dead. Stellar's your last player alive here on Cuts.
Yeah, starting to get a little bit desperate here for SSG. They know they have to push. They can't let another point slip through their fingers, but Royal 2 is holding strong at the moment. 20 seconds till the overshield comes up, and constantly SSG spawning over at green, spawning over at mud. They can't get anywhere near FaZe at the moment.
Look at Snakebite on the scoreboard just popping up. He gets all the help as well on the sandbags. It'll be 3 dead yet again, and Royal 2 just holding it down. Uncontested third hill for FaZe Clan. They lead 3-1.
Incredible stuff from FaZe Clan. The fans start to jump up as well, and why wouldn't you? 10 in a row for Royal 2, a frenzy in the grand final, and he's got an overshield.
What a statement as well. He's not afraid to back down. Oh, a little shake of the head, and the crowd in Arlington likes it.
I mean, Bound gets a little look at the bunda from Royal 2. Beautiful little shake from him, but we have seen that bite people in the backside a little bit, especially doing a bit early in the series. But Royal 2, when you're on a frenzy, when you got 11 kills, you got an overshield, yeah, no better time.
Absolutely popping off. He's 17 and 8 now with that frenzy, and big numbers coming in from the entire FaZe Clan side. 3-1 with 1:30 left.
One thing we've learned between these two teams, though, whenever we see them match up, Andy, is that you're never out of the game. It's never over. And Spacestation will know that better than anyone. Bound gets taken down by Renegade here. Renegade who was a little bit quiet, I would say, in that winners bracket final, but certainly not quite in this game. Sat at 17 and 13, 10 assists as well, joint with Frosty for his team. He's got a 1v1 with Eco as well, and the former captain that he had to play under gets taught a lesson himself.
Gotta love the confidence there from Renegade. Nest Bridge, not always the easiest battle to fight from. You're a little bit exposed, but he just wins that. And a clean shot. Also goes bags to bags, cleans up another kill.
And I tell you what, FaZe are looking like they might be a few moments away from winning this game. 2 of the death screen here for Spacestation. FaZe looking strong, but SSG making this a little bit dicey.
Forces him down here. 1 player dead for both sides. Renegade gets right back into the action with a fadeaway killing spree on Bound.
Penguin in a 1v1 as well, dancing around the pillar. Is gonna be Renegade. Penguin trying to make a desperate play, but it's not gonna be enough. FaZe look ominous in that game number 1. Led by Royal 2, the man on your screen with that killing frenzy.
FaZe really set the tone for the series in that 4-1 map win and continued to roll right through SSG with a 4-0 series win. And with that, FaZe has won the last 2 Halo Infinite Majors and are your HCS Arlington champions. That's the end of this little recap of HCS Arlington. We have about a month break before we have the SSG Global Invitational starting on August 4th. Will FaZe be the next 3P champions, or will someone else be able to dethrone them? Only time will tell.